Juan Regional Medical Center, community owned and operated, here for you. .50 a.m. Thursday morning here on KSJE. We have an extra segment for you this morning because there's another great event coming up in the city of Aztec to celebrate the Aztec painted pianos, and there's no other person who knows more about Aztec painted pianos than my guest, Rosalyn Fry, who is here with me this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Well, it's good to have you here. And gosh, another event about the painted pianos is coming up a week from Saturday. Right? And so this is a little different than what you've done in the past, but talk a little bit about what you've got planned for this year.
Okay. Well, we've got a really local famous pianist that's going to play. Lawrence Nass is from Durango. We're going to have the event at the Aztec Museum. It'll be outdoors, but it's covered, and it's in the back of the museum.
Right, part of the Pioneer Village. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So it's just it's a weekend of music in Aztec and activities, but ours is going to be Saturday afternoon, 3 to 5, with, as I mentioned, with Lawrence Nass and also Connie Branham and her daughter Audra Alexander. And so we're thinking it's going to be lots of fun and want everybody to come. It's free. It's a free event, 3 to 5 on the 15th of July. That's right.
And this is another way to celebrate all the Aztec painted pianos that you have been compiling and decorating. Not you personally, but you have a whole group of volunteers.
I wish I had that talent.
Right, but you found some very talented people that have decorated the painted pianos, and then a lot of great businesses who've allowed to have a piano maybe inside their store or outside their store, or whatever the case may be. Right,
exactly.
And so, talk a little bit about how many now are on the list. I'm trying to do a quick count here. Is it 7?
We had 9.
Okay.
And we donated a piano to Boys and Girls Club. It wasn't playable, but it's so cute. It's Dr. Seuss.
Right.
And then we gave a piano to the music department at the Mosaic
Academy.
School. Yeah. And they were very excited to get that one. It looked like a hunk of cheese with mice all over it.
Remember that one?
It was called the Swisserland.
That's right.
Yeah. So, we've had several artists from Feet of Clay that have donated their time. And I tell you what, they put a lot of work into these. I have great respect for the artists that have painted pianos. So we appreciate all those. So we have 7 that
now
are different locations that people can go see, go play, let your children bang on the piano. I always say, do you remember when you were a kid and your Aunt Linda or whoever said, no, you cannot touch the piano, namely because they didn't want it to be out of tune. And I say, touch the piano, please. Play it, have a good time with it.
That's what they're there for.
That is they're there for.
Is to be played or banged on or what have you.
Exactly.
But it may spark a love of music with someone. You never know, right?
The other day I was at the piano that's at 550, and it's the Highland Games piano. It is just gorgeous. I was taking the cover off of it, and there were some kids there. And I went over and told this daddy, I said, let your little girl play the piano. He said, oh, she doesn't play the piano. I said, that's the point.
Right.
Let her play that. And so I had several kids enjoying that piano that day.
Nice. Very true. Well, and that's what you want. That's
the purpose of them.
The whole idea. And these pianos, as anyone who has a piano knows, comes with a little bit of maintenance and care and things like that. And that, I think the city has helped you to be able to maintain these pianos, at least move them around a little bit?
Actually, they were helping us move those. We now have funds to hire someone, plus keeping them tuned.
Okay.
And we want to thank the Connie Gotch Foundation and Northwest New Mexico Arts Council.
Nice.
Have been supporters from the very beginning. And we have individuals who have donated money. So we're in pretty good shape to pay the people that help us and have those in tune.
Isn't that great? So,
It
and
is.
this started from really an idea, I think, if I remember the story correctly, that you had from a
Yeah.
trip you took, and it's blossomed into this now maybe self-funding almost
Exactly.
program for the city of
Yeah.
Aztec,
We've
right?
been in very good shape this year with all this support. And I saw a painted piano in Portland, Oregon when I was there visiting my son and grandchildren. And I was just fascinated by people coming by and painting. It was painted like the raccoon. It was
Oh.
black and white.
Okay.
I thought, I wonder if Aztec would support this. Well, lo and behold, I put it on Facebook, and I had 4 pianos within a week.
Right. Okay.
So it's been very great.
So the answer was a resounding yes.
Yeah.
Aztec would support this program.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
And I have calls nearly every week for pianos, and we only have so many businesses that can handle displaying and taking care of them. So we have to control ourselves.
Right. Very true. But you've still got
Got
all the 7.
7 on display,
Mm-hmm.
and they can see them at the library, at City Hall,
Right.
and there's a piano that stays out at 550, and the little Aztec
The flower shop
flower shop
has
yeah.
one, right? Okay.
And so, and the museum. And so we're going to be at the museum, but the piano players, or Mr. Ness, is going to pay an old upright antique that was donated to the museum. It's going to be on the stage.
Okay.
The museum's piano that is called Music is Healing, that was painted by Bonnie Adams from Feet of Clay, will be on display. We're hoping we can just move it out front so people can come by and see it that day and honor all of Bonnie's work and the message from that piano.
Very good.
It was painted during the pandemic.
Right.
And music is healing. So we all had our mask on that first year.
That's right.
And now we're doing much better.
Exactly. Very true. And the pianos are still loud and clear.
That's right.
And there they are.
That's right.
So again, you've got some very talented people who'll be playing on Saturday the 15th.
That's right.
3 to 5 p.m. at the Aztec Museum in the Pioneer Village kind of pavilion, I would call it, right? The covered area right there in the village. But Lawrence Nass from Durango, this music composer who's pretty talented, will be here. He's got 2 sets, I guess, is what he'll be
Yes,
playing, right? And then in
correct.
the middle is going to be Cottonwood, this group that you talked about, the mother-daughter group.
Right.
Right?
And they're right there. They live in Aztec, and they are volunteers with the museum, and there'll be vocals and guitar.
Okay.
And so I think people will enjoy that little break in between Mr. Nass's
Right.
sets.
Exactly. A nice afternoon of music. For sure.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and not that anyone needs a reason to go to Aztec if you don't live in Aztec, but this is a great reason to go to
It
Aztec.
is a great reason to come to Aztec, and it's free.
There you go. That's true. And to celebrate the Aztec painted pianos, and maybe walk around downtown and see how many you can find
That's right.
and play.
You can pick up a brochure,
Right.
and it has a map on it to tell you
there you
where
go.
the pianos are.
That's true. Very
So
true.
come to Aztec and
I'll hold it up here.
play a piano.
I'm not a hand model, but you kind of get the idea here, everybody, of what we are talking about, of where they are located. But it is the big sound in a small town.
That's right.
The Aztec painted pianos. And Rosalyn Fry, you've been behind this since its very inception. So
I have.
thank you for putting in the time and effort each and every year to put all this together. I know
Thank
it
you.
takes a lot of time to do.
Thank you for being there with us for most of this.
I'm happy to do it. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Rosalyn Fry, Aztec Painted Pianos, my guest here on KSJE.
Coleman Hawkins got it in him one day to stray from the jazz norm, and he helped open the door for a new style of music. You're on The Sound Beat. Hawkins played tenor sax, which wasn't really recognized as a jazz instrument until he made it one. Body and Soul, heard here from 1939, signaled a stylistic change in jazz. The improvisation throughout the song simply hadn't been recorded in the genre. The end result? Bebop, a form of jazz dependent on improvisation and a snappy pace. Hawkins directly influenced the greats that followed soon after. Thelonious Monk, Dizzy Gillespie, and Miles Davis all backed him at some point. Get on the Soundbeat whenever you want. Sign up for our podcast at iTunes and soundbeat.org. Soundbeat is produced at the Belfer Audio Archive.